In this video, I'll explore the top time management systems and productivity practices and principles for increasing your productivity at home. You'll learn who they're for, when to consider using them, and how to apply them best in your working life. Let's get started. The Getting Things Done framework is one of the most popular time management tools to date, and for good reason. It's pretty effective. This is the time management and productivity system that I use daily to get more things done and prioritize work tasks throughout the day without feeling like I'm working on unimportant tasks or being buried under irrelevant tasks. Just a quick note, even if you don't apply the principle or the practice of labeling your tasks by urgency, one of the most useful things I've found is to just list out your objectives for the coming workday or for the coming work week. This is so powerful, especially at periods when the workload was high and quite intense. I found that writing an actual list helps emotionally and mentally process the upcoming tasks for the day. You're able to look at them objectively, label them by priority and the time they'll take, and assort them and categorize them how you will. But definitely an irrefutable value in listing tasks down that you need to get done or want to get done. Get it on paper, get it on a whiteboard, but just get it down. The next productivity principle that I want to talk about and share is called autofocusing. Autofocusing has a very strange and unpopular way of approaching productivity that's been derived from Arnold Schwarzenegger and hailed by entrepreneurs like Mark Anderson. And that's to not keep a schedule. Yes, no schedule. As Mark Anderson notes in his post about productivity, which is going to be linked in the comments below, Arnold would not allot time for meetings, and he basically wouldn't chunk out any kind of time to schedule something. According to Arnold, this allowed him to get more done and work on exactly the things he wanted to do. This productivity system is great for those of you who don't like the rigidity of a set routine, you're not fans of blocking chunks of time out of your day, and you just want a more free-spirited approach to working and would like more flexibility on the task you work on. The next step to applying the autofocusing principle after not keeping a schedule is to only keep 3 types of lists. A to-do list for key tasks that you need to accomplish, a watch list for tasks that are awaiting a response from somebody else, so that could mean an editor, it could be your boss, or it could be something that needs to be approved, just anything that you're waiting for feedback on basically. And the third one is a later list for non-urgent tasks that you would like to get accomplished but aren't super important. And that's pretty much all there is to the autofocusing. I'd suggest you should try this if you're burnt out on a rigid schedule, or you want to try something more flexible. I actually enjoy the rigidity of a schedule I like, but not everyone works in the same way. Finally, the third productivity system that I want to talk about is called the 4D framework. This system is especially effective for busy entrepreneurs, if you oversee complex tasks or you're a project manager, for example, or if you're in the middle of a complex operation and you've got loads of moving parts and complex pieces of the puzzle. It works well because it visually declutters your schedule. You'll know exactly which tasks to prioritize that you should work on, which tasks you should delegate, and which tasks you can leave for later without facing any damaging consequences. Here's how to use the framework for yourself. So the four filters that you use are to do, delegate, defer, and delete. If a task is urgent and you face consequences for not doing it, then you put it in the do it section of the framework or a do it list. If a task is to be completed quickly and is a high priority, but you don't have the time, or if you did attack the task, you'd probably do a poor job of it, then delegate the task to somebody who can get it done on time. Put it in the delegate box or under the delegate list. The third filter is to delegate. Is the task something you are responsible for or personally best suited to do with your skill sets and within your job role? If that's a no, then you should delegate the task to somebody who can do a better job than you, so you can focus on something more important and something that's a bigger priority. The last column or section is a delete section. This is where if a task has no consequences, has very little ROI, delete it. If there are no consequences for not completing these tasks, you can feel free to delete it, postpone it, or just give it to somebody else. And that brings us to the end of the video, guys. Now you have 3 effective productivity systems that you can use to get more done throughout your day without feeling overwhelmed and burning out, especially if you're in a fast-moving career or job role like tech, marketing, or management. Now, what's the best productivity system or tool for you? There's no universal cookie-cutter answer to that question. I'd advise that you take a few of these productivity systems and trial them out for a whole week. Within that week, you'll find what works for you, what fits your personality and your work style and work preferences. If you want a more detailed list of 7 more productivity systems, do check out the blog post that I've linked to in the comments below. It is called 10 Effective Time Management Systems to Skyrocket Productivity. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to smash the like button, hit subscribe, and throw in a comment. Tell me how crap my video was. It don't matter, because we in the process, and as long as I'm working, I'm winning.